Hey everyone, it's me. Please excuse the fact that I look like a zombie. I am absolutely dead tired. I'm working extra shifts this week and it is really wiping me out. But I didn't want you all to think that I was forgetting about you because I love you all. I love all of my followers and I really appreciate you going through this whole writing journey with me and everything. But somebody did comment on my Patreon and ask me where a lot of my ideas come from. So they come from a lot of places. They are usually just random weird stuff that pops into my head. I actually have a little tiny notebook that I keep in my car that I write stuff down on at like stoplights and stuff like that when I get random things like that, or like I'll get random ideas when I'm talking to people, or sometimes I use like idea websites. A lot of my stuff, like if you've read my Chupacabra story, that one came from a writing competition. I very rarely ever actually send in anything to the writing competitions because they want to keep it to a minimum of like 3,000 words, and I'm actually not very good at that. I usually average at least 10,000, so I don't qualify. But a lot of the stuff comes from that kind of thing. And so a lot of times what I do is I put them on like little sheets of paper, like in my car, or sticky notes at work, stuff like that. I'm never without a notebook. And when that happens, then it goes into my idea box. And this was a gift to me by my friend Becky. And I absolutely love this box. But what I'll do is I'll take those little slips of paper and random things, and I just put them in here for when I need just that little bit of inspiration. Like I know I want to do a short story and I need to figure something out or something like that. So sometimes it's like actually parts of a story that I've written down like at random, like at the kitchen table, and this was the only paper that I have available, but I didn't actually finish this story yet, so I just have like random scribblings and stuff. And then sometimes it's like little, like I said, little notes that I've written in the car, and then I'll throw them in here. Like this one, I heard a legend about people in Asia who believe that orangutans can speak human. And I think that's really cool. So at some point I want to write a short story about a scientist who goes out to study orangutans to see if he can catch them actually speaking. And I think that would be really fun to write. I just haven't had time to get to that one yet. And honestly, like I have to be in the right mind frame to write the right stories. That's why a lot of times you guys will notice I will like vacillate between like blood and gore and murder and death, and then sometimes I'll write like something a little bit more sappy, like The Other Woman, about a little girl coming to live with this single woman after she becomes a widow, and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of it's like dependent on my mood. But yeah, like I said, I keep like little notebooks like this floating around, and sometimes I'll actually write out like the starts of like short stories and things like that in these little notebooks. But it all like goes into my idea box, and then on the rare occasion I have time to actually sit down and focus, like actually staring at my computer, I'll break out my idea box and pull something out and see what strikes me, and then I go from there. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. If you guys have more questions, I do like answering them, so hit me up. Thanks. Bye.